Welcome Endeavour Junior School. I'm Fraser. I'm going to teach you a bit about trout fishing. So today I'm dressed up in what I'd usually go out in when I go fishing, and the first piece of equipment we're going to look at is the waders. These are these things here. So I'll be getting into these in a minute. They go on first. Then we've got my wading boots, one for each foot. These go on over top of the waders. These are my wading socks. These keep me nice and warm because the river's pretty cold. Here's my net. If I'm lucky enough to catch a fish, this is what I'll be using. And you'll see some of this in some videos after you see me get dressed. Here's my vest. This is where I keep all my knickknacks, including my flies and my scissors. These are for getting the flies out of the fish's mouth. And here we've got my beanie, which I'll put on now. My buff, which again I'll put on now. I'll put it on and then put my beanie on. Here we go. And my gloves, we'll put them on at the end. Alright, I've also got my wading belt. This is so I don't fill up with water if I fall over. Very important. And this is a bazooka. No, this is not a bazooka. This is what I carry my fishing rod in. And that's the most important thing of all, the fly rod. So this breaks down. It's got a fly reel. This is my fly line. So this breaks down to 4 pieces. So here we've got the flies. These are the little nymphs and beaded copperheads that we catch the trout on. Here we have the dry flies. So that indicator there is supposed to represent a cicada or locust. Then we've got these ones. They're supposed to represent a fish egg. Trout like those ones. Put these in my front pocket so I can get access to them when I'm out in the middle of the river. And here's some more flies. These are my good ones. These work pretty well, so no sharing these. These are secret. And some other really good ones. You can see the majority of the flies are red. Trout like red flies. Okay. Are trout hard to catch? Aubrey, very hard. Aubrey, very hard to catch. But I'm really good at catching them, so it's not too hard, eh? What do trout look like? Trout look like Mrs. Mac in the morning. What do trout taste like? You have to ask Mrs. Mac that one as well. They taste a little bit like salmon, but Mrs. Mac will say otherwise. What do trout eat? They eat like little bugs and cicadas and little flies and little tiny insects that live around the river and the bush. Depending on the time of year will depend on the type of insect that they want to eat. This one's from Reef. What's your favourite part of trout fishing? It's quite peaceful, Reef. Being the river's quite nice. We live in New Zealand. It's a wonderful place. It's quite beautiful to be out there by yourself in the river with no one around. No technology, just you. It's really nice. The serenity. What are the trout's predators? Me. Do you fish from a boat or use a net? Sometimes, this one's from Alyssa, I use a boat and sometimes I fish from the shore. It just depends where I'm fishing. Do trout jump out of the river? From Ruby. They sure do, especially when I catch them, and you'll see that on some videos coming up. How deep is the water? Sam G. Pretty deep. Sometimes it's over my head and I fall in. It's not very nice. Pretty cold. That's why I wear all this gear. Why do you put fish back in the water? I do this so that we can fish in the rivers again and catch the same fish. If we all kept all the fish, there'd be none to catch. Do you need a special license? You sure do, and it costs a bit of money. You must have a license if you're going fly fishing. Do you catch any different coloured trout? I catch rainbow trout and brown trout, and they're literally brown. Trout are brown and rainbow trout look like rainbows. You'll see some of them in the video. How do you catch the fish with this rod? Can you go on a boat? You sure can, Sam. You can go on a boat, you can troll, you can cast from a boat, or you can anchor in your boat and jig. Jared, is the water dirty? Pretty dirty, mate. The dirtier the water, the harder it is to catch them there.
Why?
Which kind of fishing gear does... What kind of fishing gear does he wear? Here it is. Do you feel the water through your clothes? From Kira. Sure do, especially if I've fallen in. But this stuff keeps me pretty warm, and I've got lots of hair on my body, so that keeps me nice and warm too. Alright, that's enough of questions. Mrs. Mac's got some videos that I've specially made for you guys, and you can watch them later on. Okay, have a good day and be good for Mrs. Mac.